Kautilya, that is literary evidences. Now, the slavery under Mauryans, okay, the Megasthenes never talks about the slavery, okay, but yes, Arthashastra talks about the slavery. Okay, so Arthashastra also talks about if the slave, okay, the slave woman, okay, where the child is born, okay, he is not to be considered as the slave as that woman is being considered. Okay, after that, the voluntarily selling, okay, of themselves would be also allowed. Okay, so here the slavery is being independent. Slavery is being independent factor which is allowed for each of the citizen. Okay, now after that, there were also the evidences of judicial punishment through Arthashastra, like what punishment should be given and how severity of the punishment should be maintained. Like for example, if a person creates some of the illegal activity, or if he commits the illegal activity, like for example, if it's robbing of some particular item or some of the object or some food, so he should be given the little punishment. But if it is the much bigger crime, then he should be sent towards the death statement. So there are the evidences of the judicial punishment. Okay, now the Ashokan Major Edicts talked about that every human is my child. Okay, every human is my child. Now this was the message given by Ashoka, given by the king Ashoka to its janta, Okay, so that is why we'll see that the Ashoka was called as Piyadasi. Okay, so these are some of the facts. Okay, now we have seen about the agrarian economy. Now let's talk about the currency. Now during that time, the coin which was used for the trading purpose was called as the panna. Okay, it was called as the panna, and majorly we find that these pannas were made up of silver metal. Okay, there are also evidences that these were made from the iron as well as copper, but they were very minimal. The major of the coins were made from the silver metal. Okay, now the Rajapanna, okay, the goods produced by the states were known as the Rajapanna. Okay, after that, the trade routes majorly followed from the northwestern region. Okay, as I have said you that the Chandragupta Maurya majorly concentrated upon the northwestern region, and that is why you will see that the Mauryan trade would be majorly concentrated upon the northwestern region, unless and until we'll see that the Ashoka concentrates upon the southern region. Once Ashoka will start to concentrate upon the southern region, especially the Kalinga and the area near the Chola Empire, okay, that time we'll see that the Ashoka would be maintaining the relations with Sri Lanka and the Asian nations. But up till then, we would be having the trade routes at the Takshila University, that is the northwestern region or the Hindu Kush region. Okay, so there were the key officers in the kingdom who would be called as the Panya Daksha, that is the superintendent of the commerce, Samatya Daksha, that looks after the market and checks the unfair activities, Pautavadaksha, superintendent of the weights and the measures, and Sulkadaksha, the superintendent of the tolls. So there are chances that in the match the following, this kind of questions might occur. So it's better for you always that you should be prepared very well beforehand only. Okay, so these are some of the important keys and the terminologies which you need to access. Okay, please remember these names at least through some of the links or the hints. Okay, either you create some mnemonic for this, or either you build some of the hint for remembering this kind of the facts. Okay, so this is how we complete the Mauryan period ka part 1. In the next lecture we would be seeing Mauryan period ka part 2, like how are the trade and commerce being carried out, how the arts and crafts would be developing, because we have seen in the last lecture that the economy is growing, trade and commerce is growing, but we don't find much more emphasis on the art and crafts. But in the Mauryan period we'll find evidences of art and crafts, and from here you will see that the Indian art and crafts takes birth. Okay, so let's meet in the next session and see what are the developments regarding the art and the crafts during the Mauryan period. Okay, thank you.